Hi, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I meant to release this soap on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. I'm calling it Ebony and Ivory, which is actually kind of based on a song by Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder from some time ago. And I was late because of, stuff with work, and I wasn't feeling well. Nothing related to anything else. I just had a bit of a cough, and I couldn't really record during the video because of my cough. As a matter of fact, during the video, you will see I tried to edit it out, but I actually left some of it in the video because I thought, well, you should see what happened. I coughed while pouring the soap into my PVC mold, and when I coughed, I knocked the mold over. It actually fell over and made a real disastrous mess, but I just went on with it. I started over and redid the pour and came out with the result, which you'll see here. To make this, of course, it's my goat milk, and I am getting so much goat milk right now because I had several that had singles this time instead of twins, but of course both of their breasts have milk in them, and generally the babies will favor one or the other. And so to keep the goat from getting in pain or getting uncomfortable or lopsided, which can happen, I milk them. So I've got lots of milk right now, which is a good problem to have. In the last video that I did on Dr. King, on Martin Luther King Day, I mentioned my mom and what happened, and some folks said they had trouble reading it, so I just thought I'd let you know. When Dr. King died, I was just a little boy. I was just around 6 years old, but I remember my mother crying, and I didn't really know. My mother cried a lot. Generally, it was a result of my father, and this wasn't the case. And I remember asking her what happened, and she said, somebody I love died today. And I didn't know who that was, and I thought it was my cousins or something. I kept asking her, and she told me Dr. King, and I didn't understand who that was or what that meant for years later. But my mother did instill in me at a very young age a sense of justice. And this was without religion. My mother was not religious. We didn't go to church. She was just a very moral person in many ways. In some other ways, not so much. She wasn't the best mom. Otherwise, she would have gotten away from my father sooner. But she did what she thought was right. Anyway, let me move on with this. I'm sorry, I do get sidetracked, don't I? But I remember that so very well. And I think it taught me at a very young age the importance of being kind to each other. And so what if we don't agree on subjects of politics? So what if we don't agree on this subject or that subject, or who marries who, or who lives where, or who eats what, or who loves who. Those things are not for us to decide or to judge. Are you free to do that? Absolutely, of course. You can hate whoever you want. Absolutely. But if you're going to travel in my circle, that's not going to work very well. And I promise not to travel in your circle unless I thought I could change your mind and make you more accepting as well. But I would hope that people who have hatred or have distrust or have ignorance or bigotry in their hearts wouldn't try to convince others, because I like to think that they know that they are in the minority and that it truly isn't. If they look in their heart of hearts, I know that they must know that what they're thinking is wrong, but maybe they live in a family that believes the same way they do, and they don't know how to escape that. And that can be very difficult, I'm sure. But I won't go on with that. I tend to ramble here. But this soap meant a lot to me making it. I did use some terrific essential oils in it. I used up my own infused cardamom oil in my oils, which just has such a lovely scent. I've added a bit of rosemary, some sage, a bit of mint, and a bit of cedarwood, and I think it is just beautiful. I really love the way this turned out. I like the color, and I like the way it smells, and I hope you enjoy it too. Everyone, I'll be back with you again soon. Have a terrific day, and thanks again for visiting. Goodbye.